Ho, ho, ho. Happy New Year. I'm Bill the Geek, and this is the Bill Dallas Lewis channel. We're going live for the last time in 2023. And on the Bill Lewis channel, we make videos about sharing the joys of Mexico. Welcome, everybody. Glad to see everybody showing up this morning. We've got a lot to cover, a lot to share with you. And as always, we're happy that you are here. If this is your first time here, be sure to leave a message, ask a question about living in Mexico. Living in Mexico is wonderful. It's like a zoo. It's like a zoo down here right now. Mexico is just really fabulous place. I love it. I enjoy it. And Katrina the Maker is in the house. Hola, Katrina. Welcome. Happy New Year to you. Good morning. I hope you're having a wonderful time in Texas with your family. I was walking around yesterday and there's just like a ton of people down here. And I'm thinking, what are all these people doing down here? I mean, the streets are just filled with people. And then I said, it's the holiday week. People are down here for the holidays. Liston Henry is in the house. Good morning, Liston. Happy New Year to you. Thank you for coming again this week. We got 21, starting out with 20 people in the house. A lot to cover. We've got clips kind of going over what we've done this year. On the 27th of January, that will be our third year on YouTube. We've gone up to about 10,000 subscribers now. I don't know what we'll have in a year. 2024 is coming up in a couple of days. I feel good about 2024. Planning trips. I'm changing the way that I'm traveling because up until a couple of weeks ago, I was pretty much keeping all of my travel somewhere near where I live, like within a couple of 100 miles, maybe 300 miles. But then towards the end of the year, I started going further and further away. And this year, I'll be traveling throughout Mexico. I'm not sure all of the places where I'll be going, but this year, 2024, will be a year to remember. Here's my new neighbor. Ho, ho, ho. Buenos dias, Bill. Feliz año nuevo to you and everyone watching. That's my new neighbor in Morelia. Mary Jane in the house. Hola, y'all. Look, she's mixing she's mixing Spanish with Appalachian. Never heard that before. Hola, y'all. Hola, Mary Jane. Great to see you in the house. Mrs. Sam is in the house. Happy New Year, everyone. And my favorite name to say is She Thinks So She Speaks is in the house. Good morning, everyone. Feliz año nuevo, which means Happy New Year. How you like that? Brian, pretty boy, Maiden is in the house, and Happy New Year to all. Good morning. Good morning, Brian. And Brian will be down here. I keep hitting the wrong button. How am I hitting the wrong button like that? But Brian will be down here in Mexico in just about 2 weeks. I think he's coming down on the 15th of January to have a good time. So we have a lot going on today. If you are in the Ajijic area, please let me know. I got a disturbing phone call from a guy who used to live in Ajijic, and he told me some very disturbing things were going on. So if you are in the Ajijic area, please drop us a line and let us know that you are there and let us know what is going on. We got Williams, Mustache Stone Man in the house. Buenos dias, compadre. Now looking at Agua Caliente as a new travel investigation. And William, I was looking at Agua Caliente on the map, and this show people where that is. Aguas Caliente. Let's see. Let's zoom in here. Aguas Caliente. Ah, here we go, right here. We've done videos on Leon. We've done videos on Guanajuato. We've done videos on Morelia. And you can see if I fly into Leon, which is probably what William Mustache Stone Man will do, and then I did a video on Lagos de Moreno, and it only took like an hour to get to Lagos de Moreno. And Lagos de Moreno, I really liked it. A fabulous place. But you can see Aguas Caliente right here. That's got to be like another hour on the bus. And for what it's worth, William Mustache Stone Man, I took your advice and took a Uber from Leon to Guanajuato, and that, like you said, it costs about $25. But I could have just gone to the bus station and taken the bus, and that would have only cost me about $3. So whatever, everything is good. Everything is good. Axel Foley in the house. Geek Squad. Happy New Year to you, Axel Foley. Oh, good. Aguas Caliente has their own airport. Very good tip. Thank you. I want to go there and see it. Somebody was there not too long ago. They said the water had all dried up. Fiery Mom 01. Hello, Bill. I hope you had a great Christmas. Chuck and I are saying hello from Ecuador. Let me hold on. Chuck, and is this Rosie? Rosie, is that you? Well, you look totally different with some glasses on, your hairdo and everything. I think this is Chuck and Rosie. They used to live in my building. They were living in Ecuador, and then they moved. Yes, it is Rosie. Good to hear from you guys. I got to call you guys and talk to you guys, and you got to give me an update on what is happening. Rosie and Chuck, they're a fantastic couple from my home state of Ohio. Fiery Mom 01. Yeah, okay. Okay, so but if you are in the Ajijic area, please let us know that you were here, because I have questions for you about what is going on in the Ajijic area. The phone call I got last night, it could be totally false. And I made a call to my cousin who lives in Ajijic, and she said the call was totally false. And I'm not going to say what it was, because it's somewhat alarming. So, but if you're in the Ajijic area, please let me know. The weather is fantastic. The weather is fantastic. Looking out my windows, there's nothing but blue sky. And it's about, it must be like 68 degrees outside. The humidity is almost zero. I guess that's impossible, but it feels like it's almost zero compared to what we went through this summertime. And this is just another great day. And also, this is the last weekend of college football. There are games today, tomorrow, and Monday. And then they play the championship on, I think it's January the 8th. And then that's the end of college football. Boo-hoo. I got to find something else to do with my spare time. But it was so busy last night around It must have been 8:30 at night, and I decided I wanted to buy some eggs. I mean, you can get eggs everywhere in Mexico. So I went to Oxxo, and for those of you that don't know, Oxxo is kind of like 7-Eleven, and there are 12,000 Oxxos in Mexico, and there's one like in Mazatlan. There's one like every block. So I go to Oxxo number one to get some eggs. They're sold out of eggs, and there's all kinds of people in there. The place was a mess. It's a holiday. So I walk 2 blocks to the next Oxxo. They were sold out of eggs. And then there's a little market there across the street from that Oxxo, and they were sold out of eggs. Then I walked to my final Oxxo, which is like 3 blocks from where I live, and they were sold out of eggs. It is a zoo down here. I'm telling you, it's a zoo down here. People down here partying. And last night, there was all kinds of music. And being on the 4th floor, I can hear music in front of my apartment, behind my apartment. I had to put on some sleep noise so I could go to sleep. Okay, now we got Lenora Wilson in the house. Hello, Lenora. We William Stoneman. We call Oxxo the Dollar General of Mexico. Oxxo is hilarious. Oxxo has about everything you can need. It depends on what Oxxo you go to, but they have beer, hard alcohol. It surprises me the type of alcohol you can buy in Oxxo. Like, they got Johnny. I don't drink hard alcohol, but they got all the tequila, Johnny Walker Red, Absolute Vodka. It's very surprising, but also they have medication, deodorant, canned foods, milk. They got it all. Ken Art, food morning. I haven't had any food this morning. Ken Art, are you David Bacon? Let me know. And here is my cousin in Ahihique. Kills him. How you doing, Kills him? Is everything cool? Because I called you last night after I got the alarming call. Is everything copacetic in Ahihique as far as you know? Just let us know what's going on. Because I got a very alarming phone call about Ahihique last night. Oh, quiet here. Okay, that's good to hear. So that phone call, I'm not even going to talk about what the person said or say what it is. Okay, so if you are new here, if this is your first time going with us live, it's almost New Year's Eve. Ask any questions. We talk about immigration, places to live in. Oh, you are. Kevin Bacon, thank you so much for your very generous contribution to the channel. And Kevin donated by going to the link down in the description. That information goes to my email. I got that, and he left and then he emailed me again. He says, "Hey, I just contributed to the channel. It was a super generous donation, and that is greatly appreciated. And should anyone want to contribute to the channel, you can go down into the description, click that link. It takes you into PayPal. You can use Visa, MasterCard, American Express. Or if you're watching the rebroadcast, you can contribute like that. But thank you, Kevin Bacon, very much. David, it's hard to find Kentucky bourbon down here. Yep. But I think, David, do you go to the big liquor stores? Like in Mexico, they have this liquor store. It's called La Plaza. And you're in Morelia. La Plaza is a huge liquor store. They have about everything in there. I don't do hard liquor, but they do have about everything. So let's go down the list. The peso is slightly going up. So my rent went up about $16 this week. Then it slightly came down today. I hope it just comes down and comes down and comes down. I hope they go into a recession down here. So the peso, the value of the peso just gets cut in half. So my rent will get cut in half also. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, we got 38 people in the house. People are clicking the like button. What else do we have? Okay, also on my list for the last couple of weeks, I have had a thing about Malake. And Malake is, let's go to the map and take a peek at Malake. So let's zoom out here. Okay, so here's Puerto Vallarta. You can see Manzanillo, which is a major shipping port in Mexico. And I think that here we go. Well, Malake is just a little bit south of Manzanillo. Malake. It doesn't. They have a different name that shows up on the map in Google, but some guy got killed by a shark there. I've spent a lot of time in Malake. I've been to the beach several times in Malake. And I tell you, I don't screw with the ocean. You can get killed in the ocean. Sharks kill you. And then some guy in Australia, Southern Australia, a teenager, he got eaten by a shark. They have sharks all over the ocean. I stay out of the ocean. Okay, here we go. La Dulce Vida. Oliver, I finally sent you that email. Thanks for replying. Susie, and Susie's coming down here. She's either here, she's coming down here. She's going to be traveling throughout Mexico. And she emailed me this week, and she's doing the smart thing. Even in her email, she said, look, I'm not sure what city or what place or what environment will be good for me. So I'm just going to kind of travel around until I get the feel that feels good to me. And that's the smartest thing to do. Come down, and people ask me all kinds of wild questions in comments. And many times people ask me, where should I live? What's a good place to live in Mexico? And it just depends on how do you want to live. I mean, are you a socialite? Do you speak Spanish? Do you feel comfortable being around all Mexicans? Do you want to live in a big town? Do you want to live in a small town? Do you want a high elevation, a low elevation? Do you like heat and humidity? There are so many options in Mexico, and the only way to figure it out is to come down and travel around. Okay, I got some video clips here. I'm going to roll in a second. Don Cole. Hi, Bill. Long time I have not tuned in. Hubby and I were traveling. We're now back in Florida. Don Cole, always great to see you. Happy, blessed New Year to you and everyone watching. Great to see you, Don Cole. Happy travels to you. Susie La Dulce Vita. Thanks, Bill. I learned a lot of lessons after making many mistakes when moving to Italy, like buying instead of renting first, not looking around, and many more. Italy was my boot camp. And that is such good advice. You know, some people move down here and they just buy a house right away. I've never owned property in Mexico. I don't plan on owning property in Mexico. I'm just traveling around. I'm a traveler. I'm just experiencing different parts of Mexico. I'm just figuring out what I like. You know, so yeah. Okay, so I've got some video clips here, and I just kind of want to share kind of where we've been or what has happened. Yeah, I'm still coughing, but I'm getting better and better and better every day. People have been emailing me and say, Bill, you've been coughing for a few months now. Yeah, but it gets better and better every day. But my first video clip, this is here in Mazatlan, and this is the beach. It's about 3 blocks from where I live. It's a very peaceful beach. And I think that this video was shot on a Sunday. Uh, and this is a drone shot. If you go to this beach, this is in what they call Sabalo country. There are lots of restaurants and eating places. Walmart is down here, but it's just and you can walk. You can go. A lot of people go surfing here or boogie boarding. The beach is very peaceful, and you can see it's beautiful. And that's going to be our first clip. And then this year we were fortunate to have Katie Ibarra with us. Katie Ibarra joins us the first week of every month, and she shares property information. There she is right there. I've been working with Katie for about 5 years now. When I lived in the Lake Chapala area, we would go to houses, and here's a house she showed us, I think maybe about 3 months ago. This house is in Hokotepec, which is kind of near Ajijic. It's about a 20-minute drive from Ajijic. But she joins us the first week of every month. I think she'll be with us next week. And this is something that we've been doing and we will continue to do. She's a super well-informed real estate agent in the Ajijic Lakeside area. And I think one of the first trips this year, I think I took this trip in February, and I went to a place called Durango. And Durango, let's see what's going on over here. Let's move the map. Let's zoom out. There's Puerto Vallarta. There's Guadalajara. That's fine. Mazatlan. You can see Mazatlan over here. And here is Durango right up here. I spent almost a week in Durango. I took the bus there. It's about a 3.5-hour bus ride. And on the way, you go through about 80 tunnels in the mountains. It's a beautiful bus ride. And for a guy like me that's just taking pictures all the time, it was fabulous. And this is what you see when you're on the bus. All of these highways, beautiful mountains. You're in flatland for about an hour and a half, and then all of a sudden you're in the mountains. They've shot a lot of movies in Durango. You go across one of the highest, longest bridges in Mexico on the way to Durango. It was a fabulous trip. One of the best experiences of this year, and I've had so many great experiences, but one of the best experiences that I've had this year was taking the bus to Los Mochis and then taking the El Chepe train to Copper Canyon. Let's try this. There we go. Let's get the map out again. Yeah. So where is Los Mochis? Oh, here we go. So here's Mazatlan. Okay. North of Mazatlan, about 6 hours on the bus is Los Mochis right here. And so I spent a few days in Los Mochis, and you get on this train and you go through the mountains, and all of a sudden you are in Copper Canyon, which is they say it's 5 times bigger. They say it's 5 times bigger than the Grand Canyon, and it's fabulous. And you get on this train called the El Chepe train. It was kind of difficult to get tickets, and if you're going to take this trip, you really want to book it. I'm going to say you want to order your tickets about 2 months ahead of time, because the people that sell the tickets, they weren't very friendly. But anyway, the El Chepe train, you have a lot of wealthy Mexicans that take this trip. El Chepe train, if you take the whole trip, it's like a 16-hour trip, I think, and they stop at like 12 or 14 stops. So what you do is you get off at one of the little small towns and spend the night there, and then you get on the train the next day and continue north or continue south or return. And here is the El Chepe train. They've got a wonderful restaurant on the train with food and beverages. I met a lot of people on the train headed to Copper Canyon. It was a wonderful experience, and the train was very comfortable, very clean. I did meet some Americans on this trip, but this trip starts out in Los Mochis. Fabulous, fabulous. And you can see a lot of wealthy Mexicans from all over Mexico come to take this trip. I met a lot of Mexicans from Mexico City, and they just choose a different pueblo, one of the 12 or 14 places that you can stop. They spend the night. You can walk through the canyon. You see all kinds of fabulous things. And this is another one of the wonderful trips that we took this year. When you guys donate to the channel, this is what you allow me to do. And here is Copper Canyon. It's breathtaking. This video does not really share the true beauty of Copper Canyon. It's awesome. It's an act. I'm just going to say it's an act of God. It's unbelievable, and it depends on. And they have a lot of indigenous people living here, and I forget the name of the group that when the Spaniards came, the Spaniards enslaved many Mexicans and forced them into doing work in chains and would torture them and all that kind of stuff. And this group in Copper Canyon, they were mountain climbers. They just went into the mountains and disappeared. They said we don't play that slavery stuff. We're just gonna get out of here. So those are a few of the wonderful trips in Mexico. And then, I mean, I've had so many delightful things happen to me this year, even though I think 2024 will be better. But I'm paying my rent, and the people that own my building, they must have a lot of money, because there's like 20 people working here every day. I mean, the place is okay as it is. It's fine as it is. But one day I go up to the rooftop. One day I go to the rooftop and there was nothing on the rooftop. And all of a sudden, all of this stuff was up here. This is the deck. When you see me shoot any video, this is where I shoot my intros. They've got all this barbecue stuff up there. They put in all of that furniture. They just put in a gym. I haven't taken a video of that yet, but you can see the ocean from up here. So whenever you see one of my videos starting out, I'm shooting it from this deck. And they just put in this gym. I mean, look at the views. And Rosie and Chuck, we're looking at their apartment. They were up on the 7th floor, on the highest floor with this excellent view. I mean, look at that. They have electricity up there. I don't know if they have Wi-Fi or what. Wow. Oh, wow. Woo. Oh, now I'm getting confused. But my building, people in my building are paying $1,200 a month. I know somebody's paying $1,300 a month. But I tell you what, if you have that money to spend on an apartment, this place is good. I think they're putting in a restaurant on the first floor. I think that they're putting up a restaurant. Oh, they put in a shop. It's almost like an OXXO on the first floor. You can get milk in there. You can't buy beer, but they have like rice, spaghetti, canned soup, toiletries, deodorant, cleaning supplies. But this is one place that I can say it's worth spending the money if you have it. If you got $1,000 a month to spend, this is a very nice place. Okay, now. Okay. Let's get back to the comments. David, I found some Jim Beam Christmas Eve at a small liquor store near my mother-in-law's house. See, yeah, they got it all down in Mexico. Kennard, Bill, I once vacationed in Loreto on the Sea of Cortez. I rented a fishing boat and I noticed the deckhand was covered in scars. He had survived being attacked by a giant squid. Yeah, man, the ocean don't play. The ocean, I don't get in the ocean. I've seen it. People getting eaten by sharks. Then you got the jellyfish out there. We have jellyfish warnings. They'll put up signs on the beach. Don't go in the ocean because there are a lot of jellyfish out there today. Gregory Malake, aka San Patricio, is north of Manzanillo. Thank you very much. I've driven there many a time, spent weeks there. It's a small community. I think it's like 7,000 people right next to Barrio de Navidad. Lot of expats live there. It's going to get hot and humid in the summertime, but the prices are not bad. I did a video on Malaki, and I met a Canadian couple there. They had just rented an apartment on the beach, 3-bedroom, 2 baths. They were paying $400 a month, and they were so chilled out. It was like they were on drugs. They were on drugs, but whatever. Jack Webb, hi, Bill. I'm working away today, and it's busy, busy, busy. Hope you have a great, wonderful, and happy New Year. Yeah, Jack Webb joins us every week. He just purchased a property through Katie Ibarra, I think. In fact, he built his house in San Antonio, which is right between Ajijic and Chapala. and he lives, I think, right down the street from James and Rena. Norma Cruz, feliz año nuevo, Bill. Same to you. Yes. Oh, yes, they have Wi-Fi on the roof. Thank you, Rosie. I didn't know. Right on. Brian Maiden, Bill, do they have open markets like they do in Ahihic on the Malecon? Uh-oh. I just heard the electric make a funny sound like do they have open markets like they do in Ahihic on the Malecon, selling all kinds of stuff? Yeah, well, Brian, pretty boy, when you get here, we'll show you. And I've done a video. I did a couple of videos on Mazatlan, and they have a big, giant market, and they sell everything in there. It's overwhelming. And there are a lot of markets like that in Mexico, but you can buy fresh chickens, pigs' heads, cows' tongues, beef, vegetables, and it's all fresh. All of it's fresh right from the farm. Also, on my list of things to talk about today is I ate some bad food this week. I got it at Walmart. I think it was the hamburger. I'm not buying any more chicken, pork, or beef at Walmart ever again here in Mazatlan. And I would regularly buy chicken at Walmart. But then I would bring it home and it would smell kind of like bad chicken. And I'd never smelled bad chicken before. Then I went back to buy some more. And this Mexican lady was in there shopping, buying chicken too. And the first thing she did was pick the package of chicken up and smell it, which is, and she smelled it. And then she got this, look on her face like, nah, I ain't buying this. So no more. So, but Brian Maiden, go vegan. go vegan. Oh yeah, go vegan. See, yeah, but my cousin eats. She doesn't eat anything with eyes on it. Very, very healthy young lady about my age. Now she's older than me. She looks like she's 18. That's what being a vegan will do to you. Okay, now I got to figure out where this is. This is another trip. Oh, well, I think this is the trip to Durango. And that's one of the bridges I was talking about. And this is one of the 80 tunnels that you go through. And these tunnels, I don't understand how there are 80 of them. And look at the suspension bridge. We went across that bridge, all of these mountains, and I probably I did show you these images earlier in the year. But if you want to have a look at that, you go out of one tunnel and into another tunnel, and all of these tunnels are at the bottom of those huge mountains you're looking at. It's it was Durango. I stayed at a hotel, and again I'll say that they shot many westerns there. I stayed in the same hotel where John Wayne stayed. For people my age, you know who John Wayne is. Elizabeth Taylor stayed in my hotel. I would never stay in that hotel again. You could tell it was a good hotel at one period of time, but then it seems like they stopped putting money into it. And when I got to Durango, I got on this thing. It's a cable car ride. That's the guy that drives the cable car. It's called the Teleferico, and you go up over the city. You can see a great view uh, and it was cool. You catch it right at El Centro, and I really liked Durango a lot. I could live in Durango. My landlord lives in Durango, and I stayed at a hotel right on the plaza. Lots of people. You can see the cathedral there. There was a McDonald's right on the plaza. And I want to talk about some of the complaints I get, because when I go places, I'll say, oh, yeah, in this town, there was a Burger King, there was a McDonald's, there was a KFC, all right on the plaza. And people complain, and they say, why would you want to eat at those places when there's all this great when there's all this great Mexican food to eat? Well, it's because no. Go vegan. No, I'm not going vegan, Ms. Sam. No, that's not going to happen. Michael, very interesting. Thanks. Happy I'm here to share. But I tell you what, I'm going to say this is strictly my opinion, but when I'm hungry, I'm hungry. And Mexican restaurants are fabulous, but very few Mexican restaurants can you get in and out of quickly. I mean, first you're going to sit there and wait for the waiter to come. Usually that's going to take a few minutes. Then they're going to ask you, do you want something to drink? Okay, that's fine. They'll go get that. Then they're going to bring some some chips and some salsa, which is usually very good. And then you order your food, and it usually takes about 30 minutes to get your food. And the food is always fabulous. Then you're done with your food. And one tradition in Mexico is they never give you the check. Rarely have I been in a Mexican restaurant where they just bring you the check. That doesn't happen. They will wait for you to ask for the check. Okay, so it's a wonderful experience, especially if you're with some interesting people to talk to. But when I was in Durango, I just wanted to get something to eat. And when I was in the lakeside area, I ate Mexican food for 8 years straight, every day. All I ate was Mexican food. Was someone that did not eat pork or beef. But anyway, so I 8 years of Mexican food was enough for me. So when I was in Durango, okay, now people really aren't going to like this. Some people are really going to not like what I'm going to say right now, but on the plaza, a half block from my hotel, was a McDonald's. And I ate cheeseburgers. I ate cheeseburgers every day. I lived on cheeseburgers because you go in, you order your cheeseburger, they give it to you. I get it to go, take it back to the hotel. I might order 4 cheeseburgers. And the good thing about McDonald's food is that no, it's not good for you. And if I'm not on the road, I don't find, I've never eaten at McDonald's here in Mazatlan ever. But if you're on the road and you're staying in a hotel, then if I get 4 cheeseburgers, I can eat 2, take 2 back to the hotel. And with all the chemicals they have in the cheeseburgers, those last for about, you could probably leave them in the hotel with no refrigeration for 3 days. But if I can find, Burger King is terrible in Mexico. I don't eat KFC, but I will eat a McDonald's cheeseburger because I do like when I'm hungry, I want my food fast. Ms. Sam, what's Ms. Sam talking about? I am a senior, look half my age. Don't know what pain is. Lots of energy, never gets tired and worn out. Very good for you, Ms. Sam. Mary Jane, sometimes is just nice to throw down some fried chicken. Yes, you're right. There's that deep fried, greasy, crispy chicken is really good. But they say two of the worst things for your body is fried chicken and French fries because it's deep fried. But it's so good, you know. Oh yeah, crapple, Dr. John from Cloudy, New Jersey. Dr. John, always great to see you in the house. Happy to see you. I hope your family is doing great in Pennsylvania. Great to see you, Dr. John. Richard, what's your favorite taco? Have you tried tongue, eyeball, intestine tacos? When I was in Puerto Vallarta, there was a taco shop, and I would eat quesadillas asada every day. I'd go down to the taco stand and get two of those. Those were the most delicious tacos. They were big I ever had in Mexico. It was something about the sauce that they used. And carne asada, of course, is beef. So it had beef in it, beans cooked in onions with cheese. I think it was Gouda cheese. Super delicious. Then also when I was in Puerto Vallarta, there was a taco stand like a half block from where I lived. And there they had a place, all of their tacos were tongue tacos. And they were really cheap. And they were excellent until I found out what they were. I didn't know they were tongue tacos. I didn't know tongue tacos. And I have heard of eyeball tacos, but I've never had one to my knowledge. And to my knowledge, I've never had an intestine taco. Brian Maiden. I say that myself. I see all those fast food restaurants here at home and want to go to eat Mexican, as there is or very few Mexican restaurants here at home. And that's good. There's a ton. There's so much good Mexican food down here. Dennis, I almost never eat at McDonald's in Mexico, but I do stop there for the coffee or as a restaurant stop. They are safe and convenient. There you go. Mary Jane, I'm glad to be of service to your humor. We have 59 people in the house, 27 likes. Jack Webb, we never buy meat at Walmart. No, in the States. We always go to a smaller butcher shop. And one thing, let me say this. Let me think about this. Oh, everywhere I've lived, Puerto Vallarta, Chapala, Ajijic, there have been local fish markets. When I was in Puerto Vallarta, I could walk a block to this outdoor market. Fish, fresh beef, fresh chicken, right from the farms. That's the beauty of living in Mexico, really. In Guadalajara, it was like that. I could walk 2 or 3 blocks, but even when I was eating Mexican food all the day and go shopping, I never bought chickens at the grocery stores. They have these big stores down here, Soriana, Lay's, and that's corporate chicken. They must raise these chickens on these big, giant farms. And for those of you that have been through California and have driven from Los Angeles to San Francisco on Route 5, like right in the middle of that trip, you go by that huge cattle farm, and all the cattle are really skinny. They all look like they're dying. It looks like there's thousands of them out there. That's corporate cows, you know. But in Mexico, there are so many nice markets, so many wonderful markets down here, and all of the fruits and vegetables are fresh. And when you're looking for a place to live down here, find a place where you can walk to the chicken shop. You can walk to the beef and pork shop. You can walk to the vegetable shop, or you can just walk to the general market. Yeah. Okay, now, here we go. Lenora Wilson, if you're going to have fried foods, get an air fryer and enjoy it without the oils and fats. And you are so right, Lenora Wilson. When I was living lakeside, I had an Instapot, and I made fried chicken in the Instapot with no oils or anything, and it was fabulous. And I'm going to buy another Instapot because I left that one on Lakeside. But once I get to my new place, the first thing I'm going to get is an Instapot. And I was super surprised. At how good food is cooked. Or down here in Mexico, I've never eaten so many beans in my life down here in Mexico. You can buy beans. All of these markets, they sell cooked beans, those hard beans, because those hard beans, I don't even know what you call them, but you got to let them soak overnight, and then you got to boil them for like 2 or 3 weeks, and then they're good. But you can do all that in an Instapot in like half an hour, and they taste wonderful. Okay, let's see what's going on. William Stoneman. Poopo tacos. William Mustache Stoneman. What can you tell us what the hell that is? Poopo tacos. Dennis Hassler, if I see kids at McDonald's, I sometimes buy them ice cream cones. If they look like they cannot pay themselves, it's the right thing to do. And that is fabulous. Good for you, Dennis. Michael, what are the names of the taco places in Puerto Vallarta? If you remember, going there in March from Indianapolis, Indiana. Thanks. Okay, here's the deal. Here's what I'm going to say, Michael. I don't know the name of this taco place, but I do know that there's a cafe, and it's called D's Cafe. And let me see if the map will help me here. Let me see if the map will help me, because those are the most delicious tacos I have had in Mexico. It's a family owned. It's it's more like a taco truck. Let's zoom in here, zoom in some more. Help me, map. Oh, come on. No, that's not going to help me. No, oh, there you go. No, that's not helping me either. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. There was a coffee shop. It's called D's Cafe. It's in Old Town. And in Old Town, they have this huge, it's like a bridge, but it's like the bridge to nowhere. It's beautiful. It hasn't always been there in its present form. So if you go to Old Town and you're on the main street, in Old Town, find Dee's Cafe. I don't know if she's still there. She's Canadian. But there's a street that goes, the street is only 1 block long. And Dee's Cafe is on the right-hand side as you walk towards the ocean. And Dee's Cafe is right in front of this extension bridge. It's a beautiful bridge. You can't miss it. It's the only one in Puerto Vallarta. So if on the street where the intersection is with the street for Dee's Cafe, and the main street in Old Town, before you get to Dee's Cafe, there will be a taco stand. It's going to be the only one on that corner. And that's where I've got these tacos. The place actually does have a name, and I made a video about the place. Maybe it was one of the first videos I ever made. And somebody emailed me and they says, oh, these guys, the place has a name, and there are like 3 or 4 of these taco stands around town. But that's the one I know for sure. If you can find Dee's Cafe, find that bridge. When you walk to the bridge, turn around, walk the other way, go towards the main street in Old Town, and you will find that taco stand. And look who's here. That girl, my neighbor, and I walk by her old apartment 5 days a week when I go on my morning walks. And we used to go to Walmart like once every 2 weeks. Ola, all of the multitasking this morning. I met a Mexican national here who will cook and deliver the authentic dishes whenever I like. Life is good. Good for you. And Richard, thank you so much for contributing to the channel. Happy New Year. This is how I'm able to make my trips. Thank you so much for contributing to the channel. William Mustache Stoneman, I called the local city buses the chicken buses because they could find somebody next to you that's carrying home a live chicken. That's funny, man. That's what that is. The city buses. Somebody, yeah, and that's another wonderful thing about Mexico. You never know. That's one of the joys of living in Mexico. You think you've seen it all, and then you see something, and you just say, "What was that?" I mean, it might be some construction stuff, the way they're building a building, animals that you've never seen before, insects that you've never seen before, spiders you've never seen before, food you've never seen before, people selling stuff, walking by your house, and you've never seen that before. Those are the joys of living in Mexico. Ken Art, Kevin Bacon, Bill, my local Walmart is Santa Clarita, California, was recently closed due to a rat infestation in the grocery section. Yeah, I used to work at Kroger's, which is a big grocery chain in the Midwest. And rats would come in there and pull 50-pound bags, 50-pound dog food bags off of the shelf and devour them. Yeah, man, rats. Thanks, Lenora. Oh, very good. And Rango C contributing $5 to the channel. Thank you for contributing. Ken Art, I only cook with avocado or olive oil. Yes, I just finished my bottle of avocado oil. I got to go get some more. I prefer olive oil. Very nice. Terry Don. Ola Bill, thanks for an entertaining 2023 on Saturday mornings. The views of Copper Canyon were stunning. That was so spiritual and mystical. And I tell you what, put that trip on. Oh, no, oh yeah. Oh, now I know what you're talking about. Octopus. I don't like octopus. William Mustache Stone Man, I don't like squid. I don't like octopus. Plus, octopus, they're kind of like magical creatures. I think they're way more intelligent than humans. I can't do it. I can't. No, but hey, anywhere you can buy fish, anywhere you can buy fish in Mexico, you can buy octopus, and some people love it. I have not developed a taste for the octopus. I don't know how to cook it. Lenora Wilson. Bill, they have Instapot air fryer combos. Yeah, that's what I had. I may have to invest in one myself. That's what I had. The Instapot combo thing. It's an air fryer, and the other thing, you got to be a rocket scientist to run it. Okay, let's see what's happening now. Dr. John Feliz Nueve Año, mi amigo. That means Happy New Year, my friend. And thank you, Dr. John, who regularly contributes to the channel and has been for almost 3 years now. And that's how we can make trips and go places and show you places like Copper Canyon, Durango, Morelia, Guanajuato. I still have some more clips to share with you. We have 61 people in the house. We have 33 likes, $30 contributed to the channel for our last broadcast. Happy New Year of 2023. Brian Maiden. I will definitely try D's when I'm in PV. Hopefully there won't be a huge lineup. And Brian Maiden, D's Cafe, and that's her real name, D. And she has coffee that's much better than Starbucks. And if you can't find her place, maybe she moved. Just find any gringo that you see walking down the street and say, is Dee's Cafe still here? And if you go to her shop, especially this time of year, she'll be there at 6:30 in the morning making fresh pastries. And her pastries are to die for. I mean, you know, she makes brownies, all these English muffins, all these, and it's just crazy. Now she charges you like she's Starbucks. She didn't used to be like that. When I first got to Puerto Vallarta, that's almost 20 years ago, a cup of coffee there was like $1.25. Now she charges like $6 a cup for. I quit going there after her prices went astronomical. But she has excellent coffee. Super excellent pastries. Find Dee's Cafe. Any gringo in Puerto Vallarta that you see is going to know where Dee's Cafe. Maybe she went out of business. Maybe she married a rich dude and moved away, but she's a Canadian. Excellent food. Here we go. Fire Wine. Hey, Bill. On my way to PDC. Have a happy and safe New Year's. Well, same to you. Thanks for showing up. Only in Mexico. That's why I love Mexico. Hey, Bill, I never hear you talking about eating. Oh, cabrito. Good eating. Goat's meat. Jack Webb. But there's another word. There's another word for goat's meat. Birria. And William Mustache Stone Man, help me out. Is it birria? And birria can mean beef or it can mean goat. Where is the town? Um, I'm going to say I'm going to say Hokotepec is a huge goat meat town, and there are all kinds of shop. I think it's Berea. All kinds of shops, and all of that meat is goat meat. And Jack Webb is totally right. They know how to cook it. It's really tender. Uh, and you know, when you eat animal meat, people always say, "Well, it tastes like chicken." Well, this doesn't taste like chicken. It's like really good. It's juicy and tender. Goat's meat is the bomb. It is the bomb. Richard, what's my shoe size in Mexico if I'm 10 and a half in the US? I hear if you have big feet, shoes are hard to find in Mexico. Okay, here's what you do, Richard. Go to Google, and I've done this because I have size 12 feet. So go to Google and ask for the conversion rate in shoe sizes. And I actually did this, and they have all kinds of charts that convert U.S. shoe sizes to Mexico shoe sizes. And for me, I'm like a size 12. I think that comes out to a size 29 or something like that. And I tell you what, Richard, I used to look for shoes in Mexico, and one day I wanted a new pair of shoes, and here's what happened. I was in Guadalajara, and I swear to God, I went to 5 shoe stores. I mean, I went to small shoe stores, big giant shoe stores, discount shoe stores, and after about the second shoe store, all I could say is, "What kind of shoes do you have for me in my size?" They'd bring out like one pair of ugly shoes. That's all they had. So I tell you what, Richard, here is what you do. Buy your shoes on Amazon, Amazon.com, and you can buy them on the U.S. Amazon, or you can buy them on Mexico Amazon. I bought my last 3 pair of tennis shoes on Amazon. I just bought a new pair of wingtip, really nice shoes to go out. And I got all of those on Amazon. Now, when I go to Amazon to order shoes, Amazon even knows my shoe size. I don't know how they do that. But shoes come in like 3 days, 5 days. You can shop on Amazon and get any kind of shoe that you want. I was surprised they fit so well. I'm so happy with my new pair of tennis shoes that I have. Buy your shoes on Amazon. Then you can get any kind of shoe that you want. Do not buy, if you have big feet like you and like me, do not buy your shoes in Mexico. It'll be a very frustrating experience, and you'll have to wear ugly shoes. Who wants to wear ugly shoes? Certainly not me and you. And then we got Brian Pretty Boy Maiden, contributing to the channel. As always, Brian, thank you so much for coming and sharing and asking and donating to the channel. That is how I can travel. Oh, Brian, also have to visit the shrimp ladies in Mazatlan. Now, the shrimp ladies, for those of you that don't know what that is, if you go down to the big giant market that I was talking about earlier on the broadcast, they have everything in this place, all kinds of T-shirts and junk. It's a big junk shop, really, but they've got all these fruits and vegetables. Also, wherever you move to in Mexico, you want to find a good place. What do they call them? Cremarias. A cremeria. And I'm going to say that's going in English, that would kind of be like a cream shop. which pretty much means a cheese shop. And they're going to have all of the popular Mexican cheeses, but what almost all of these cheese shops have cheddar cheese, Munster cheese. They'll even have cottage cheese. Okay. So anyway, so this big market right in El Centro of Mazatlan, you go to that market, go out the back way, make a left, walk about 3 or 4 blocks, and then they have all these people only selling fresh seafood for about 2 blocks. Octopus, every size shrimp that you can imagine. So at Shrimp Ladies, you go buy your shrimp or your lobster, whatever you want to eat, and then you walk across the street to Shrimp Ladies. So you're going to get really great prices on the street with fresh shrimp, and then you take it over to Shrimp Ladies, and they cook it for you. I like coconut shrimp. I don't know. Shrimp Ladies makes, Brian, you got to have coconut shrimp at Shrimp Ladies. It's awesome. Or a caramel shrimp at Shrimp Ladies. And you can watch them cook it. You say, what? Oh, you know, what? How you want us to cook it? You tell them, and they whip it up. Shrimp Ladies is a must place to eat if you come to Mazatlan. Dennis, goat meat and lamb are very similar in taste. They're almost interchangeable. And yes, yeah, I love lamb meat and I love goat meat. I feel guilty about that, but it's so good. Oh, like rack of lamb. Oh, if cooked appropriately, that's to die for. Rack of lamb. Love it. Oh, and then we got Mary Jane contributing to the channel. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mary Jane. Thank you. Thanks, everyone, for showing up. Thanks for clicking the like button. We got 58 people in the house and 35 likes. If you click the like button, that helps our ratings so more people can join us. Dennis, eBay is also great for buying shoes, and I wasn't aware of that. But Amazon ships to Mexico. Economically, they actually get to their place, unlike, yes. There is, I order, I have, it's weird. And I did a video on buying from Amazon in Mexico. I have 2 Amazon accounts. I have a Mexico Amazon account and in the United States Amazon account. And like when I bought my Instapot in the Chapala area, if I bought it from US, Amazon, it was going to cost me like $400. But if I bought it through Amazon MX, it was going to cost me $164. And a lot of times, Mexico Amazon will ship for free. So whatever. Amazon is the bomb. Jade, greetings, and Bill and everyone. Happy 2024. Thank you for joining us, Jade, and sharing the joy. I recommend Euro Bakery in Mazatlan. It's excellent. Okay. Thank you, that girl, for that tip. I still have some video clips. If I'm not mistaken. I did this wrong. I got to fix something here. I got to turn off this comment. Another trip that I took this year was to Morelia, and I fell in love with Morelia. And this week I'm going to begin my search for an apartment. My new neighbor in Morelia, David, he's looking for me. He found a place he says it's like 10 blocks from El Centro. There is the main cathedral there, and this is a drone shot. And I just got the feel. They have all kinds of, in El Centro, all kinds of plazas in El Centro and throughout town. Wonderful restaurants, wonderful food. I just fell in love with the place. It just felt good. And as you look down in this shot, that street you see, everything on the left-hand side, those are all different restaurants. I think straight ahead is like a cultural center. Look at how big this plaza is. Very peaceful. I didn't eat at McDonald's when I was in Morelia. I ate at different restaurants. It was a wonderful experience. I can't wait to move there. Oh, now I think this is my favorite city in Mexico. This is Guanajuato. And Guanajuato, this is the view from my Airbnb, looking down into El Centro in Guanajuato. Guanajuato, it was fabulous. The thing is, I think you have to be in physical shape to get around in Guanajuato, unless you're living in El Centro. But to go, and they have Uber there and DD, so you can take a taxi. I did take some taxis in Guanajuato. It was fabulous. And they have all these, what I really liked was just walking around town. I mean, all of these buildings are like 600 years old. This is not just a walkway. On the left and on the right, people live. Where you see doors, those are people's houses. The Airbnb was very affordable. 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms with a nice patio overlooking the city. The people were very friendly. And if you go to Guanajuato, you can eat all day, all over town. It's magical. I could live in Guanajuato in a second. And when I say contributing to the channel, this is what I do with the funds when people contribute to the channel. I take trips. Another video of Guanajuato. Look at this restaurant. Went up there to eat. Had a fabulous breakfast. And places like this are all over town. Found a Thai restaurant, a French restaurant. There's all kinds of bakeries and eateries, and there's just a row of restaurants. That yellow building in the background is the Basilica. That is the main church in town. And all kinds of food here, very inexpensive. And check out that Mexican food right there. Check that out. Woo! If you like food, go to Guanajuato. It's inexpensive. It's affordable. It's a beautiful city. And there is the Basilica. It's beautiful inside. The walk there is fabulous. And this is, this is the Jardín de Unión. Jardín de Unión. It's a famous plaza. I think that building on the right is like it's the theater. All kinds of famous Mexicans lived here. It's Guanajuato. There's another restaurant. Just especially if you're hanging out with somebody interesting, and you can have great conversations, musicians, food, cerveza, tequila, great weather. Oh, Guanajuato. I loved it. I loved it. Yeah. I could live in Guanajuato in a heartbeat. Let's go back to comments, see what's going on. Jade. Okay, we got to Jade, got to that girl. David. That apartment is about a 10-minute drive from downtown. Thank you, Dave, for that tip. I'll be calling them today or tomorrow. Fiery Mom 01. Rosie, you should come see us in Cuenca, Ecuador. I think you would fall in love with it here. I've heard so many great things about Ecuador. Maybe I have to fly down and check it out. Thank you for that invitation. Denise John, how do you spell that name? Denise John, are you talking about Guanajuato? Just let me know. Is that what you're talking about? Just say yes or no now, and we'll pull it up on the map. It's Guanajuato. You must be talking about Guanajuato. So let me go over here and hide. Yes. Okay. Yeah. I would say Guanajuato is a must see in Mexico. Let's zoom out on the map so that you can see Puerto Vallarta. Here's Mazatlan over here. Okay. Here's Leon, where I went to Leather City. Here is Guanajuato. There is the state of Guanajuato, and then there is a city in the state of Guanajuato called Guanajuato. And you can see Guanajuato right here. And there's how you spell it. Guanajuato. I would say it's worth, I think I could stay there for a week, just walking around, eating food. And you can see Leon is right there. So William Mustache Stone Man, he told me, he says, okay, go fly into Leon and then take Uber to Guanajuato, and that costs about $25. Or you can fly into Leon, which is an international airport. In fact, they call the Leon International Airport, it's called the International Airport of Guanajuato. That's the name of it. But if you can get to the bus station from the airport, it'll cost you about $4 to get to Guanajuato. But there it is. And Leon is just a fabulous place. The location is great. The city itself didn't excite me, but it was cool. All right. Okay, now, Rudy Clemens. Hi, Bill. Have a wonderful, blessed day. You too, Rudy. Tell your fabulous wife I said hello and Happy New Year. William Mustache Stoneman, time to pack and head to the airport. Sayulita for January. I love Sayulita. Sayulita is fabulous. And this time of year, it's going to be crazy. Crazy. Is Zacatecas still considered a dangerous city? I've heard people say that it's dangerous, but I don't know. Okay, I only have a couple more clips. Okay, so I've been everywhere that you've seen of the video clips thus far. I took the bus to all of those places. So for me to get from Mazatlan to Guanajuato, it took like 16 hours on the bus. And I tell you what, man, just to Leon's like 13 hours. You got to go through Guadalajara. Going through Guadalajara on a bus is terrible. So my last trip, where did I go? I went to the Leon Balloon Festival. And for the first time, I took an airplane. And this year, if the trip is more than 3 hours, I'm going to take a plane. Because that 16-hour trip, it could have taken me like 1 hour. And the airports are a totally different experience than the bus station. I mean, when I was in the airports, I was in the Mexico City airport, the Leon airport, the Mazatlan airport. There's so much luxury there, and only people that can afford to fly are flying. So these are everybody flying on these trips. They're very wealthy people. People who don't have money take the bus. The bathrooms aren't nice. The food is not nice inside the places, inside the restaurants. But when you go to airports in Mexico, they're fabulous. They're incredible. And this year, that's how we're doing 2024. So I flew into Leon, and Leon is the leather capital of Mexico. And I think I showed some clips about this last week. It's worth it to go to Leon just for, you could spend 2 days shopping. You could buy so much stuff in 2 days for everybody that you know, for all their birthdays, Christmas time, anniversaries, and you wouldn't have to shop ever again, and you would save so much money and buy so many things of such great quality. So it's worth going to Leon just for the leather, and hey, make a side trip to Guanajuato, which is a 20-minute drive from Leon. And then I'm going to say one of the most fabulous things that I did in Mexico was the Mexico hot air balloon show. It was wonderful. And yeah, I've been showing these clips the last couple of weeks. But if you go to this show, this is in the city of Leon at the largest park in Leon. And the funny thing is I bought the ticket for this at OXXO, which is like 7-Eleven. And at the top of the ticket, it says Ticket Master. So I'm wondering if you can go to OXXO and buy tickets for any concert at OXXO. But you can go into OXXO. The tickets cost like $12.50. If you go to the hot air balloon show, get there very early. They do it every November. It's get there at 5:30 in the morning, and tens of thousands of people in every November. It's a 4-day event. Well worth it if you get there early and experience it. And I tell you what, I left the show probably around 9:30 in the morning, because I was there from 5:30 to 9:30, and by 9:30 I'd seen so many balloons. I don't need to see any balloons for the rest of my life. But you've got to get there early at 5:30 in the morning. They have all kinds of food. The people that run the event are extremely helpful. It's one of the best. Sincerely, that's one of the best experiences I've had in Mexico. And we took more trips in 2023. I'm going to say those are the highlights of the year. And this year, I'm going to be getting on airplanes, taking short bus rides, and seeing fabulous places. I'm going to go on the road. Now I know how to travel better in Mexico. I know how to stay on the road longer. I know how to eat better, how to research better. So it's 2024 for the Bill Dallas Lewis channel is going to be fabulous. That's what I think. Okay, now here we go. Okay, here we go. Denise, can you say how much for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath in Guanajuato? I think I had an Airbnb. It was like $29 a night. So just get out your Airbnb app on your phone. They have all kinds of Airbnbs there. Get one close to El Centro. But at first I was going to get a hotel room right on the plaza in El Centro. And that was going to cost me $136 a night. But my bank wouldn't accept the payment because my bank's kind of picky, so the hotel contacted me and said, "Oh, your card has been denied." So in the meantime, right after they told me that, I didn't understand the conflict. So then I got on my Airbnb app, found a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom Airbnb for $29 a night. Now, as far as renting, as a day. Oh, a day. You said a day. Okay, so I'm going to leave that alone. Brian Maiden, okay, have a great trip. William Stoneman, Dennis, I'm wearing my leather belt from Mexico. I bought a leather belt there. It's the most fabulous belt I've had in my entire life. It was $9. Also, let me show you this. I bought this thing for $9. It's sturdy, durable leather. Look at that belt thing. I put my iPhone 8 in here. Don't have to worry about it getting damaged. I mean, this was $9 in Leon. Yeah, the quality was fabulous. You can go to Leon and shop till you drop. Kevin Bacon, hey, Bill, I have a couple of wonderful Mexican female barbers here in Southern California. Yeah? Yahoo! Brian Maiden, thank you very much. Happy New Year, Bill, and all in the house. See you all next week and getting very excited about your trip to Mexico. I have 2 leather belts from my last visit to Mexico. Hey, Bill, I have 2 female barbers here. In mentioning Morelia, they both were very quick to warn me about the apparent dangers in Michoacan. Yeah, there's, everywhere you go, like I'm from Columbus, Ohio. I mean, where do you, all these drive-by shootings and all that kind of stuff. It's all over the world. It happens everywhere. You can be in a little country town, but I'm going to say everywhere I've been in Mexico. But again, I don't go out late at night. I don't get drunk by myself, stay out till 6 o'clock in the morning. I don't have strangers in my house that I don't know. So if you're just New York safe down here, I always watch my back, see who's behind me, see who's looking at me. If somebody looks weird, I walk to the other side of the street and turn the corner so I can't see him anymore. I've spent a lot of time in New York City or San Francisco. I used to work in downtown San Francisco every day. Downtown San Francisco is dangerous. New York City is dangerous, man. Yeah, I know how to watch my back. So you come to Mexico, anywhere, just watch your back and everything should be okay. Lenora Wilson, have a safe and happy New Year, everyone. Let's make it a great 2024. And on that note, I want to thank everyone for showing up. If you are watching the replay and you would like to donate to the channel, there's a link in the description below. What else? So I'm out of here. I'm going to watch football the rest of the day. I'm going to put up a video tomorrow, so I'll be editing that through the day. But I want to wish everyone a happy 2024. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for clicking that like button. If you're new here, we do this every Saturday at 10 a.m. Central Time. We have a good time, and I try to share information about the joys of living in Mexico. So, adios, amigos. Love you all. Hasta luego. And que te vaya bien.